Are you trying to grow your career on your own terms and considering becoming an independent contractor in someone else's business? Or perhaps you're trying to grow your business on your own terms and considering taking on independent contractors. Whether you're in that individual or business owner position, in this video, we'll talk in detail about independent contractor setup, pros and cons, what to look out for, and also some clauses that we might commonly see in independent contractor contracts. In order to further dive into all this content, keep on watching. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Pamela Metani. I'm a business lawyer and the founder here at Graphene Business Law, a law firm working exclusively with business owners and entrepreneurs, and doing so throughout the province of Ontario, Canada, as we're able to serve our business owners and entrepreneurs virtually. Big picture, what is an independent contractor situation to begin with? Okay, an independent contractor, very loosely put, is another kind of employee that either you can be to a business or a business can take on. And in case you're not aware, there are many different kinds of employees that a business can take on, including full-time employees, part-time employees, including limited term employees, whether it be seasonal in terms of a limited term judged by a holiday, for example, or limited term judged by the completion of a task. There's consultancies, and somewhere in that world of those positions, but also more, is the position of independent contractor. Again, big picture, an independent contractor is going to be an individual, is going to be a party that is providing contracted upon usually professional services to a corporation, for example, in exchange for, well, payment. What are your benefits in being an independent contractor? If you are that individual that's thinking, well, I've heard that a company might take advantage of me in ways XYZ, for example, so I wanted to make sure, is there even a benefit for me in here as an independent contractor? Some benefits, big picture benefits for you again, are going to be that overall understanding of working on your terms. Now, of course, you're still, in order to earn your payment, working for somebody else ultimately in a way that has to satisfy their needs. Otherwise, they're not going to pay you. If somebody signed on for a 10-page, scientific essay and you're delivering them a 1-page, hand-drawn cartoon, that's not what we mean by your terms, right? You are contracting. That is a serious legal relationship that's being formed between you as an independent contractor and the other party that is contracting for your services in order to pay you. Okay, but overall, there's that understanding that being an independent contractor is more on your terms than an employee. For example, it is not typical to be an independent contractor and be expected to show up at your boss's office with any sort of regularity at a certain place at a certain time kind of thing. Okay, so a lot of independent contractors do their work from the comfort of their home on their own time. Okay, and that's another advantage to you as well. Depending on your lifestyle, you might be somebody that if you have other commitments during the day, you might be able to fulfill your independent contractor duties after those daily commitments of picking up kids or maybe another job or caring for a family member, whatever the case may be, is taken care of. Because you're not being hired for the same obligations that a full-time employee is, for example, when they have to sit at that desk because Mr. Boss said so. Mr. Boss just asked you for the service to be completed, okay? So how you complete that is a lot more up to you, okay? And that hybrid of working on your own time in your own setup is going to come with other advantages as well. For example, oftentimes there'll be less commuting time. There'll be less of the fancy schmancy of having to put on, your silk shirt to show up at the office. There'll be less of that because the big picture is on your own terms. And a lot of times, independent contractors are individuals that are more skilled than the average individual, which is further going to allow you to negotiate your position and your terms, whatever they may mean, within that specific relationship. If you are a business owner, well, what's in it for you to hire an independent contractor? Keeping in mind that usually if you parse it out on an hour by hour, an independent contractor will come with a higher hourly salary on average than that 9 to 5 figure you might have. for the same task, so to speak. But that's where things differ, in that it's not really the same task being performed by the same person. Independent contractors, when you're hiring them as a business owner, you're hiring them specifically for their skill or their talent or their knowledge. So usually that base of employees is going to come with a higher skill set that will only be more beneficial to you as a business and business owner if, of course, you harvest it right and you treat the person well. Okay, and you treat the person well. Keeping in mind their higher skills, of course, that's what allows the independent contractor to bargain for more contractual clauses and terms on their own terms, because they know that they're skilled and they're usually good at what they do. Okay, talking here in generalities because we're trying to put out a 10-minute video and not a 1-hour, tutorial on hiring an independent contractor. Although let me know if that's something you're interested in. So like I mentioned, that higher degree of knowledge or skill is going to be a benefit to an independent contractor. Somewhere in there as well is the fact that although you might be paying them more per hour, in being better at what they do on average, that independent contractor is going to come and bring higher degrees of efficiency to your business as well, okay? Because it's true that you might pay somebody you have on 9 to 5, less per hour, but they're putting in 40 hours a week. An independent contractor, you might take them, they might be able to complete the same project in 10 hours. Because they're that good at what they do and they only do that one thing, for example, that one task you've hired them for. Also, the lack of administrative tape is going to be a huge benefit to you as a business owner. Generally speaking, with independent contractors, outside of the income, there's not much more that you owe them, although this is where you should consult a lawyer. And here at Graphene Business Law, we're certainly skilled, experienced, and knowledgeable in being able to help you with independent contractor agreements, because as utopian as the relationship sounds, you would be surprised how quickly an independent contractor, if you haven't contracted with them correctly, turns around to you asking for more and more and more, and tries to make the relationship something more than you had anticipated for, because then they can ask for benefits, whether health benefits, they can ask for future benefits like pensions, they can ask for other employee benefits, they can ask for time off in certain ways that they wouldn't be able to as independent contractors, and certain employment standards requirements, and so on and so forth. So as utopian as it sounds to hire somebody that's smarter, more efficient, you have to look out less for, right? Less administrative tape. You don't have to pay them usually healthcare benefits or pension or things like that. But, keep in mind, every rose has its thorns, and as lawyers, and specifically as business lawyers here at Graphene Business Law, helping you trim those thorns on the rose is exactly what we do for a living, helping you protect your business and your business interests. And the same goes, by the way, if you're somebody that's looking to become an independent contractor watching this video. Of course, we, in knowing what you're really looking for and the benefits and the perks and the payment and the terms and the protections you're looking for, we can help you as an individual as well, because we are skilled and we are knowledgeable on both sides of the same agreement, the independent contractor agreement. As mentioned in this video, high level, what are some clauses that you're going to see in an independent contractor agreement? Usually, big picture speaking, other than the obvious terms of the parties, things like that, you are going to see clauses that speak to the project at hand, because keep in mind, you're not being hired as a 9 to 5 where, if you are a cook at McDonald's, you might have to clean the bathroom every 3rd Wednesday, you might have to pick up mail every 2nd Tuesday, you might have to, sign for deliveries every Monday, these random things. You're being hired usually to do one thing and do it well. So the contractual scope, the scope of work, whatever that subtitle says, whatever that subheading says, is going to be a crucial part of your independent contractor agreement. Entitlements, representations. The independent contractor represents that XYZ. Sometimes independent contractors are taken on by other parties, not even having well vetted their skills. So how does the other party know you're not duping them into acting like you're all that? You secure the money and then you deliver nothing, right? So there's representations that we can put into place to protect both parties here. There are, again, a clear definition of the scope of work. That's a contractual heading that's really going to matter. Another heading that will matter, of course, is timelines, because you're not being hired for a project to be handed in at any time in the next 50 years. your boss figure has expectations and needs for when this project needs to get done. Otherwise, why would they have taken you on board? They could have taken the rest of their life to figure it out themselves, or had maybe a slower employee do it on their own. Not commenting negatively on the fact that full-time employees are slow. That's not the takeaway here. Just commenting based on the data that you being more efficient as an independent contractor are going to be able to be faster at what you do. That's the biggest part of defining efficiency, okay? A good pace with good product. Those are the two parts of the puzzle. Another part we're going to be discussing, does anybody want to know about what you're getting paid and, in what terms you're going to get paid? So in what installments, things like that. Do you get paid up front? Do you get paid when the job is done? Do you get paid 50-50 structure? Those are things that, again, having a lawyer on board is going to help protect your interests as well, so that you're not signing up for something that you're not fully understanding. And somewhere in there, we're going to see some sort of affirmation that the parties involved here are not in an employee-employer relationship. But again, that's where a lot of business owners get burned, because they get taken advantage of, and independent contractors try and make it look like an employee-employer relationship for higher protections and ways to better suit their self-interest. And it's not that adding that line, in case your takeaway is just add that line, never hire a lawyer. It's not that just adding that line provides you a blanket statement. That's usually not how the law works, that we can do 99 things wrong and put one sentence there and we have eternal bliss and protection. Not how it works. Consult a lawyer. Again, we're happy to help you here at Graphene Business Law. I'll leave the video there, because again, trying to keep it digestible. If this video was useful for you, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. If you've ever been an independent contractor or hired an independent contractor, let us know how that relationship worked out, and if there's something you wish you'd known. Of course, we do have a little bit of a community here at Graphene Business Law, and a really good way to grow that community is through communicating and engaging with each other. And we put this content out there so that next time you're Googling benefits of being an independent contractor, or Googling what is an independent contractor in Canada, Googling some semblance of independent contractor relationship in Canada, you come across this educational video that hopefully helps you be that much more prepared when you are confronted with that situation yourself. One that, mind you, can be really, really fruitful for both parties. Both parties stand a lot to gain in the sphere of independent contractors. For those that are the independent contractors, it can become, in addition to income, a hugely positive impact on your lifestyle. And for those that are hiring independent contractors, it can be one of the best things to streamline and make your business more efficient and more scaled and higher performing. Again, thanks for watching this video. If you made it this far, don't forget to thumbs up and click on the subscribe button down below. Thank you for watching.